It's time to continue the story of Batman's own Justice League, the Justice League of America. Now, if you don't know where you are, you found yourself on Comicstorian's Complete Story Series. This is where we recap complete stories of comic books, from superheroes to other weirdness happening in the comic book community. We bring in music, voices, and we sometimes bring in sound effects to give you a motion movie for your comic book to an extent. The point of this is to recap it so that you can go buy the next comic book and know what's happening. Now, this is going to be Justice League of America 1 through 4. And the first issue of Justice League of America, Bruce Wayne had begun to form a new team of heroes who were more human than anything. As some came willing and others not so much, the team finally gathered up at its new base of operations, Sanctuary. With everyone under one roof, Bruce explains that he wanted to form up a new team, one with people like the people that they'll be saving, and one that can hopefully inspire those around them to do the right thing. It's only been a short while since Bruce has founded this new JLA team, and since then the heroes have been stopping disasters and they've been reappearing in their own home cities. Back at Sanctuary, Caitlin Snow asks if Ryan is there. After jumping out of the computer, he tells her, hey, Killer, or Frost. I'm really not sure what to call you now since dropping the killer part. Caitlin laughs, telling him it's fine. She just drew up some plans for the Sanctuary's new generator. Ryan asks if she designed it, and Caitlin tells him that she is a scientist, you know. Her accident didn't change that part. Ryan goes on saying that, well, maybe he can help. He has been working on the Trouble Alert, a news crawler that goes through the news telling everyone where they need to be, but he's having a difficult time with it. Meanwhile, over in Saratoga, New York, in the busy streets, a green light begins to form and the citizens begin to panic. As one man tries to record what's going on, a hand reaches out, grabbing his phone, crushing it. A group of men and women step out and the leader says, "This is Earth. It's worse than I thought." He slams his axe down, telling the people to listen to him. He has Lord Havoc, and with his captains, they come to deliver a message. They watched their world burn, and they have come to save this one. Back at Sanctuary, Caitlin finishes connecting the last wire, and no sooner than she does, the screens begin to light up with news across the world. But as they do, Caitlin watches a report of what's happening in New York, and she asks if it's supposed to be working like that already. Over in Gotham, Bruce tells everyone that the Trouble Alert is live, and there's already a situation happening in upstate New York, an off-world incursion. Ray asks if they're even ready. They all just met. Lobo calls out, "Just forget about the kids. Go ahead and drop the main man in there." Bruce says that they all have their tokens. Prepare for the transmitter surge and they'll be on site. Back in Saratoga, Havoc tells the citizens that their structures are weak. Their courts, laws, and even uniformed protectors. They all look at them for order, building a society thinking that you are safe. As the captains destroy things, Havoc goes on stating, "Just look, they can't even protect you. Your systems by the people do not work because people cannot be trusted. We have seen it." Havoc continues shouting, "Our home world of Angor was just like this, a place where people turned on each other all thanks to freedom. Extreme measures have been taken, and in our separation to save our world, we destroyed it. Now this world teeters on the same brink, and you will all end up destroying yourselves. I have come to stop that. Freedom is too dangerous if left unchecked. So I am here to tell you that only the strong hand can bring you safety and order. I offer you all protection, so this is your chance to be ruled willingly." A voice tells Havoc that she's sorry, but being ruled doesn't really go over well around here. Havoc and the captains turn back to see Mari and the rest of the JLA ready to fight. As Mari and Bruce quickly jump into battle, Havoc readies himself, telling them that he doesn't recognize them, but he knows their kind. The Thunderer, Machine Head, Frank Future, all of them he has killed, so either join him or meet their fate. Mari tells him that she doesn't think that that's going to happen, and Havoc slams his axe down, shouting, "I lost my world. You will not stop me from saving this one." Bruce calls out to Ray to go ahead and set up a perimeter, phase the people away so they won't be affected by the fight. Once everyone is safe, Bruce tells Havoc that he has hurt his people, and they are all his people. He has no idea who he is, but he's about to find out. Havoc tells him that he's just like the heroes of Angor, short-sighted fools. You will doom this place, and that is something that I won't let happen. He then shouts to the extremists to eradicate them. While the captains all rush in and begin attacking, Ryan shrinks down, jumping onto Havoc, radioing back that Havoc's armor is crazy, but it is hardware. As he lands on it, he's electrocuted, and Havoc shouts that he told them, "You are weak!" He then grabs Ryan by the throat, yelling that he is this world's only hope, and they cannot afford to misunderstand that. So it seems there needs to be another demonstration. Just as Havoc pulls his arm back, someone tells him to wait. "If you want to make an example out of someone, take me instead." And then we see Batman. As everyone calls out for Batman to wait, Havoc says that he's heard how people cried out their leaders' names before. On my world, we had one like you, known as the Crusader, and like you, he too was weak. Bruce throws his belt down and Havoc stomps on it, telling him that he won't argue. Dinah tries to pull away from Mari, asking what the hell is he thinking, and Mari says that he's working on de-escalating so that they can get to safety. Caitlin shouts, to hell with that, Batman saved her life once, she's not going anywhere. Havoc tells Bruce that his world burned in a nuclear fire. How would he know tragedy? Bruce says that he lost his world too when he was a boy, so he can respect that goal. But you don't know Earth like I do, so let the other one go and we can save this world together. Havoc looks down at him, telling him, good. You know your place. Beneath me. Your team will live so long as you do not disrupt us. Suddenly, Die Hard asks if they're going to let the heroes live. They need to be made examples of. And Havoc's Captain Die Hard begins to attack Havoc, freeing Bruce, and Gorgon asks what is he doing? Die Hard shouts that he is sick of this. They've come to protect, to rule, and now Havoc compromises? What they need is a strong leader, and he is a leader. As the extremists go back to attacking, Die Hard goes on stating that they've worked with the heroes before and it was a mistake, so there is only one thing to be done with them. Havoc's voice tells him, you're right. And Havoc cuts down on Die Hard's shoulder, going through his torso. Everyone stops in shock except Lobo, who's rather excited at the turn of events. And Havoc pushes the axe further through, and he tells Die Hard that he is a fool for thinking that this metal was armor. This metal is his skin, and this face will be the last one that he ever sees. After pulling the axe out and throwing Die Hard's body to the ground, Havoc tells everyone that that will be the outcome for those who stand in his path, and he tells Dreamslayer to take them home. A light surrounds Havoc and his team, and they all disappear. Caitlin asks, did they really just run? And Dinah says that they have no home. They're going somewhere here. They just have to find them. Over in Kravia, Tracer says that he knows this place because of its smell. This is where Havoc's from, right? And Havoc tells him yes, he was born here, just only a world away. Over in Kravakoras, the capital of Kravia, an extremist holds a child hostage, shouting that he is the one in charge here. Do they think that he would answer to their law? Havoc flies down telling him no, and with one quick swipe of his hand, he cuts the man's head off, telling everyone that they will now answer to him. Later, back at Sanctuary, Ryan gets to work with the fight's data, and he mentions that even though Havoc and the rest of them are not of their world, there's an exotic radiation that he picked up from Havoc that is unique to Earth. With those scans, it might be possible to track him. While Ryan goes over the data, Dinah radios Bruce, telling him that her, Mari, Ray, and Caitlin are almost done cleaning this up, but there's something that's bothering her. Havoc nearly destroyed Saratoga, but he was ready to surrender. Batman wanted her to keep this team honest, so what the hell was that? Bruce tells her that this is the part where he tells her, trust me. Dinah says, really? Trust involves honesty, no secrets. Just ask Batgirl. She knows how a functioning team works, and this isn't it. A few moments later, Ryan shouts out that he did it. He just got a signal off of Eastern Europe. He's a little young and impulsive, so who wants to come along? It doesn't take long for the extremists to liberate cities around Kravia, but along the Kravian border, Deathbat is having a hard time convincing people to stay. She shouts that they are here to protect them, and they run! Seconds later, Mari calls out to Deathbat as the rest of the JLA team teleports in. Deathbat shouts that they're not welcome here, and she will stop them if she must. She gets ready to attack, but Caitlin creates ice pillars, knocking her off her bat. Dinah then runs up to the fight, stating that she knows that she'll die for Havoc, but she is giving her a chance too. Suddenly, a gun aims from the woods, and the Kravian military steps out, telling the JLA to step away from Deathbat. Mari asks what's going on, and the soldier says that this is diplomacy. As of this moment, the extremists are the citizens of Kravia, so unless they want a war of nations, they must release Deathbat. Bruce tells the soldier that this isn't over, and the soldier responds, telling him, it seems it is. Even Batman can't fight an entire nation. A short while later, over at a small military camp, General Shostakov says that there isn't much that they can do. Havoc rules Kravia, and that's because the people want him to. He provides them order. And Ray asks, is this really happening? There's no order. Havoc just kills people who disagree with him. How can they let Havoc steal a nation? Mari says that there's no way in hell that they're going to let that happen. They just have to help the people steal it back. Sometime later, over at Nazorias, another city taken under Havoc's rule, there is a small bar where Bogna and her resistance group stays. Another of the resistance members asks what are they supposed to do? Anyone who opposes Havoc is made an example of. And that's when the door to the bar opens up and Dinah says that she has a question. What if they can make an example out of them? The resistance member shouts that it's the super beings and Bogna tells them to hold. She then asks Dinah what is it that they want? Are they just more people with powers here to tell them what to do? And Bruce tells her, no, we're here to ask if we can help. Mari says that they are here to stand with them against Havoc. They stand before them without masks. Bogna points at Bruce and asks, what about him? And Mari whispers, that is his face. While Bruce tries to explain what they're doing, Dinah steps forward saying that she will make this whole thing a lot easier. Just tell them what the Resistance needs. Bogna says that for them to take back over, they're going to need to take over the capital, and the only way to do that is to remove Havoc and his followers. Later, at another nation that I can't pronounce, Tracer tracks down a group of dissenters all the way down an alleyway. As the group spreads out, Tracer notices someone in the warehouse and calls out for them to show themselves. He can detect their scent. In the darkness, a match is struck, and as Lobo lights his cigar, he says, "I got news for you, Bistach. I know you can." Once the preparations are set, all of the JLA members begin attacking the captains in each of the liberated cities. Caitlin and Ryan take out Brute and Deathmad, while Dinah is fighting Gorgon, and Ray takes on the Dreamslayer. The Dreamslayer has stopped time, telling everyone that the simplest way to have people stop hurting themselves is to just stop them completely. However, with time frozen, he tells Ray that he knows that he's there whether he's invisible or not, so he's assuming that he's here to fight. Ray fires a blast saying that he isn't here just to fight, he's here to free these people, and Dreamslayer says, "Please." He's only moving because he's allowing it. Ray then asks why is it that he's controlling these people but not attacking like the others. He follows Havoc, yet he doesn't kill. Dreamslayer waves off the blast, telling him that it's not that simple. We have already destroyed a world, and I believe in the cause, just not the method by which it is done. For me, I need to be sure that what I am doing is because of the extremists. I am the most powerful. Not even Havoc compares to me, and that is what scares him. Back in Angor, he enlisted a 15 into the services, living by the rules to perfect himself without the worry of why. Then an accident ended his entire way of life, and suddenly, having magic meant that there were no rules. Now, with a world with no order, Havoc rose up and tried to give back that order, but it was too late. Now, with this power, he has a chance to save this planet, and Ray tells him that he knows what it's like to have a power and not fully understand it. They don't need to fight. Over in Kravia's capital, Bruce and Mari lead the charge with the Resistance group, and before leaving Mari on her own, Bruce says, "Remember to stick to the plan." Everyone makes their way into the Capitol building where Havoc is staying, and Mari kicks down the door, shouting to Havoc that his team is falling and he is the only one left. Havoc laughs on his throne, telling her, "You speak as if I alone were not enough. I have brought nations under my power, and I will do it again until the world is safe. While you may take my streets, I take parts of the world. Soon you will be surrounded by Havoc." Suddenly, there's a crash in the window as Bruce throws a small rocket into Havoc's back, stunning him. And in a flash, he jumps in, grabbing the shield from his back, stating that is when they're surrounded that they are the most dangerous. Havoc charges forward to the next, shouting that you will die if I will it. I wanted to better your people, but you have robbed them of this chance. I will never allow that to happen again. Havoc swings towards Bogna, shouting, "No one would dare resist me." And just as Bruce jumps in to block the attack, Mari slams down on Havoc's neck, telling him no one says hello. Over with Tracer and Lobo, Tracer stabs into him, telling him, "You should be on our side. There's no way that you can win. These blades are unbreakable, like the Amazonian coating on my bones." Lobo then says, "Watch this next part then. You're gonna love it." And he grabs the blade and he snaps it. He then grabs Tracer by the head, slamming him into the ground, telling him, "I'm gonna remodel your head a little bit. Those unbreakable blades aren't unbendable, Bistach." Meanwhile, with Ray, he continues talking to the Dreamslayer, trying to convince him that what Havoc is doing is wrong and he knows it. It's time for him to think for himself. Dreamslayer grabs him, shouting that these people need control. You need control! And Ray says that maybe it's the control that isn't the answer. Back in the Capitol building, Havoc continues beating down on the shield that Bruce has taken, screaming that he will not yield. But as Bruce is backed into a corner, Lobo and the others jump through the token, knocking Havoc down, and Lobo shouts, "Surprise, just Silver Bistach!" Havoc gets back up, telling them that this means nothing. You have left my other extremists. They'll just take back their cities. Mari cracks Havoc in the face, telling him that, like she said before, that they were taken care of. And as Havoc fights with Mari, his movements begin to slow, and as he collapses, he asks, "What did you do?" She says, "What? That was poison. You said yourself that that's not armor on you, but skin. So every time I hit you, I've been poisoning you. I've slowly been winning this fight." While the rest of the Resistance storms in, Bogna pushes her way through, holding a shotgun to Havoc, telling him that it's time for his sentence. Back with the Dreamslayer and Ray, the Dreamslayer grabs Ray, and Ray says that he understands living by rules brings order. They're just going about it the wrong way. What he's trying to say is let him help. Dreamslayer suddenly lets go, telling him that everyone he's ever trusted had a plan, and they've all failed. Maybe no one has the right plan. Maybe no one should. But if he can't control life, maybe he can save it. And in a flash, Dreamslayer disappears. As Bogna presses the barrel of the shotgun to Havoc's head, he says that even like this, weakened on my knees, my beliefs will not falter. Peace can only be achieved through power. People must know their leader's strength. He then looks up at Bogna, telling her, "Go on! If you have the strength, kill me!" She slams the base of the gun into his jaw, telling him that his life isn't his to give. It's theirs. While everyone celebrates, Bruce comments to the soldier from before and says, "That's strange. It looks like I did have to fight an entire nation." and I won. A few days later, everyone sits around in Sanctuary and Bruce says that he isn't sure how he feels about having the civilians hold custody over the super terrorists. Mari tells him that he's in a stasis cell designed by Wayne Tech and donated by the McCabe Foundation. So this is a win, even if it's different from what he's used to. She then looks at the Crusader's shield and the Thunderer's axe, saying that it's not like they didn't get something out of it, you know. Bruce says that the Crusader and the Thunderer inspired another world. It couldn't hurt to contemplate them. She folds her arms, telling him that he just wanted trophies. And Bruce says that he will not dignify that. As Caitlin walks with Dinah, she says that all of this talk about inspiring people, she really doesn't know how Lobo's supposed to inspire people. And Dinah quietly tells her that there's something that Batman is holding back on and she doesn't like it. But if it's bad, whatever it is, he'll need them, because it will take more than one person to save the world. This is a new Justice League team, and I'm actually liking this one more than the other Justice League book, so hey, whatever. Let me know your opinions down below. Do you like this one or the other Justice League book more? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date on DC and Marvel comics. We try to do them as much as possible, and on top of that, you know, you also can follow me on Twitter and Instagram to get my opinions on things. I'll see you next time right here.